Starting.
Alright, should I tell which?
Junior prom.
No, I gotta tell the other one. Cause
You told us junior prom, senior prom, and then you told us
the other one.
this one.
But the other one is the shorter story.
You might have to start over the video again.
Okay, so this is one of my favorites. I'm gonna tell them in chronological order. So, let's see. Okay, so this happened. I forget when it happened. It was my junior year, I think. But so I had tickets to a concert that was on Saturday, and so I was like, sweet, like I'll ask somebody out and go like on a date to this concert. And so then my buddy calls me and he's like, hey, I got tickets to a Jazz game, like a basketball game, and I can't make it. Do you want the tickets? I was like, sweet, yeah, for sure. And so I have tickets to a concert on Saturday, basketball game on Friday, and there are the two girls at school that I'd seen that I thought were really cute. So I went up and asked the one to the concert, asked the one to the basketball game, and I was like, this is going to be an awesome weekend. Like, so I was stoked. So Friday comes along, and I drive up to the girl's house, knock on the door. She's like, oh, like, hold on, you got to give me a minute. And I'm like, we're already kind of running late, so I'm worried we're going to miss tip-off. And she takes like 40 minutes getting ready.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? Like, so I'm getting like, I'm upset because we're totally gonna miss tip-off now.
You didn't tell her it was a concert, right? You told her it was the basketball game.
Well, so we we've got to drive all the way up to Salt Lake still, and so she gets in the car. We're driving up there. I'm like, it's cool. We'll be there by the second quarter. Like, it'll still be fun. And so we're like halfway there, and she's like, I gotta be honest. Like, the reason why it took me so long to get ready is I totally thought you asked me out for Saturday. Right? And so I'm just like, what is it that you think we're going to right now? And she's like, we're going to this concert, right? I had totally picked the wrong girl up, right? And this whole time my phone had been blowing up, but I had been ignoring it because I'm a gentleman, right? I don't answer my phone on a date. So I'm like, oh crap. So I'm like, we gotta stop for gas, and she looks over, she's like, it looks like we got like a full tank. I'm like, it's broken. We gotta stop for gas right now. So we get off the freeway, like we stop, and I get out and I pretend like I'm gassing the car up, and I call the other girl, and I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry, like tonight's not gonna work for the basketball game, but like something came up, but I've got tickets to this concert tomorrow. Do you want to go to this concert? And she's like, yeah, sure, that's fine, like no worries. So I get back in the car and I'm like, I made a huge mistake. Like, the concert is tomorrow, but it turns out I've got tickets to this basketball game. Do you want to go to a basketball game? She's like, yeah, that's fine. So then we go up.
Save, nice
right?
save.
So I'm at this point, I'm like, I have superpowers. I am the smoothest person that's ever lived. Like, no one else could pull that off. And so we go up to the basketball game. Both dates were a ton of fun. And then I go home. So like 6 months later, like I ended up kind of like dating one of these girls that I'd taken. And I was like, she never heard this story. She would think it was hilarious, right? And so like one night at dinner, I'm like, you know a funny story about that first date I ever took you on? And she's like, what? And I tell her this story, and she wasn't like super happy about it. She got really upset at me. And yeah, so then I was single. And so yeah, so that's one of my favorite stories. That's the basketball costume.
Those superpowers lasted for a while though, didn't they?
Yeah, we're still working on it. All right.
All right.